Hi, so today I've got 3 myths for you about overcoming insomnia. If you do a Google search on YouTube, even read different books about overcoming insomnia, there is all sorts of conflicting advice from so-called experts, from actual credible experts. They will all have different opinions about what you need to do to overcome insomnia. And I'm here to clear up 3 myths about overcoming insomnia. Understanding these 3 myths is going to help you a lot with knowing how to overcome your insomnia and move in the right direction. So let's get started with the first myth, which is if you're having a lot of disrupted sleep. Sorry, that is my Foster rooster in the background. Hi, Frank. I can't aim my finger. The rest are all wild chickens, by the way. So the first myth is if you're having a lot of disrupted sleep, you're waking up a lot, you're not getting good quality sleep, that you have insomnia. So there's a difference between disrupted sleep and insomnia. Disrupted sleep can be caused by hormones, stress, different life events, medication, health issues, things like that, and a lot of them resolve with time. Now, insomnia is when you have a fear-based reaction to that disrupted sleep. If you started having disrupted sleep and you're all of a sudden fear that it's going to happen again and you're not going to get sleep that night, or you're never going to sleep good again, you might start to problem solve, try to fix it, and try to use medications, CBD, meditation, all the different things out there to overcome insomnia. That is when you're having that fear-based reaction and you're teaching the brain that there's a threat out there. If instead you're having disrupted sleep and you realize, hey, this is completely normal, it is going to fix itself. If you have hormone issues, obviously you need to go get maybe you need to take hormones, or if you have a health condition, maybe you need to take medications to control symptoms like pain or things like that. But otherwise, if you have a stressful event and you have some disrupted sleep, you didn't sleep as well, that is completely normal. And if you realize that when it's happening and not have a fear-based reaction, it will start to resolve itself and you'll start sleeping again. You're not getting in the way of that sleep system. Our sleep system is so much more simple than we make it out to be. We tend to make it complicated, thinking that there's so many things that we need to do in order to sleep. Sorry, the wind's blowing my papers away here. So our sleep system, the only thing we need to sleep is a high sleep drive. Sleep drive is basically how sleepy you are. And insomnia is almost never a sleep drive issue. Unless you're sleeping and napping all day and then you can't sleep at night. That's kind of a different issue. Now, the only other thing is a low hyperarousal level. Hyperarousal is basically a heightened state of alertness from like excitement, puzzlement, worry, fear, stress, things like that. Those are the things that are going to keep you up at night and can turn into anxiety. The more hyperarousal you have and more frustration, the more it starts to turn into that anxiety-based reaction. So where was I going with that? I totally lost where I was going with that. But insomnia is a fear-based reaction. As long as you just realize that the disruption is completely normal and it will resolve itself, then you're okay. It's not going to turn into that insomnia cycle. So, myth number 2, insomnia happens because our circadian rhythm is off. So I've seen that a lot where people think, oh, I must have a problem with my circadian rhythm because I can't sleep. And yes, you can have some circadian rhythm issues if you haven't been sleeping like a regular time. But it's not going to cause insomnia. First of all, insomnia is a fear-based reaction. And 2, circadian rhythm, you can resolve that fairly quickly. As long as you're waking up at the same time every day and then going to bed when you feel like going to sleep, then you're going to be okay. If you travel to a couple time zones ahead or behind, your sleep time is going to be off by a couple of hours. And within a few days, it's going to be back to normal. But again, that is not insomnia. It's not going to last for a long time and give you that chronic insomnia, because a circadian rhythm can be fixed in just a few days. The third one is everyone has a unique reason for insomnia. This is a big one. So, when you have insomnia, it starts with something that disrupted your sleep. Whether it's some big stressful situation, traumatic event, or a change of medication, or anything that I've already mentioned that can cause a disrupted sleep. That is unique to everyone, whatever the initial reason was that they started to have trouble sleeping. When it turns into insomnia, that's when you have that fear-based reaction and you start to get that hyper-arousal level up and turns into that sleep anxiety. That is something unique that every single person with insomnia experiences. Otherwise, everything else is unique, but not the actual root cause of your insomnia. You are a unique and beautiful human being, but your insomnia is not. That is a big one to understand. So that is it. Those are 3 myths that I have for you this morning. I hope they are helpful. Frank seemed to enjoy them. I'm sure he doesn't have insomnia. That is it. If you have any questions at all, if there's any other myths that you want me to bust, post them below, and I will see you next time.